Alright guys, I just want to make this quick video. Uh, so right now I am running my RX 580s at 1450 megahertz, 2250 megahertz clock. They don't reach any more than 65, 66. You look at that. Look at the temperature. This is the difference when you have two high-end RX 580s running on Crossfire, and you wouldn't believe what score I just got on my system. And I slightly voltage my RX 580s. Power limit is 50, temperature is at 86, core clock is 1450, memory clock is 2250. This is extremely good what I'm getting here. Alright, so for my settings, I'm running this at 1440p. I'm running this on ultra settings, and holy crap, you guys are going to be surprised what I just saw. I outperformed a 1080 Ti on Shadow of War. Ready? Alright, so a 1080 Ti at 1440p, right? On ultra settings did 90 FPS average on ultra settings. On my last benchmark, I did 95 FPS average. That is way above, well, not way above, but that is above a 1080 Ti level of performance. Mind you, I am recording with Realize, so I might not get the same performance. I wonder. 80 FPS average so far. Oh, it's dipping a little bit below it. Weird, I was getting a lot more FPS last time. So yes, still really on par with a GTX 1080 Ti. This is crazy. Let's do it again. Let's do that again. Hopefully we get a bigger score this time. Yeah, I don't think it'll be any higher. I think it'll be about the same. But yes, you could see the potential of having two RX 580s. Even if you have a better processor than mine, you for sure are going to get performance level of a 1080 Ti. For sure. For sure it wouldn't be the same performance as a higher end 1080 Ti, but nonetheless you're gonna get similar performance. Alright, so I'm getting around 3 to 4 FPS less when I'm recording. But yeah, 85 FPS average, 86. Yeah, around there. So same score pretty much. So yeah, this is very interesting. Now, the way I know that this is similar to a 1080 Ti's performance, I'm uploading a video by the way, if you guys want to watch that. Now we're gonna look at on YouTube. So let's write GTX 1080 Ti. The first benchmark I did, I got a 95 FPS on ultra settings on 1440p. Shadow of War. Let's do this. Alright, this guy benchmarked his 1080 Ti. He claims to have an Asus Strix GTX 1080 Ti. I believe him. It's on 1440p on ultra settings. This is what I was getting roughly too. when I first benchmarked mine. Really, really similar performance. I'm surprised. This is, yes, this is going above the Vega 64 liquid cooled. The Vega 64 liquid cooled did around 89 FPS on Shadow of War, I think. I might be wrong. I think I'm wrong. It did less than that. It wouldn't make sense, because that means a Vega 64 liquid cool will be on par with a 1080 Ti. You saw that? You saw that, right? You cannot say that two RX 580s won't be on par with a 1080 Ti, and this is his graphics card, Asus Strix GTX 1080 Ti with a Intel 4 7700 overclocked to 4.6 GHz. He has this maxed out. Oh my God! Let's look at the Vega 64 liquid cooled, right? 1440p Shadow of War. There's no way someone doesn't have a benchmark of that. Okay. But it's not the benchmark. I want to see the benchmark. Cool. There we go. 700K. I don't know how they're getting that much VRAM out of this. I don't know what kind of settings they have. I put it on Ultra. I for real put it on Ultra. These are the same settings I put. Alright, he starts to benchmark. It goes low as 70 FPS. Even low as 69, 68. Way lower than what my Sapphire cards do. Yeah, around 80 FPS. So, yes, a Vega, like if you have two high-tier RX 580s, which means the only high-tier are the Sapphire Nitro Plus. It's this card. You can get the blue version or the black one. The black one's cheaper. You overclock it 1450 and you have two of those, it will equal a 1080 Ti's performance. I kid you not. I cannot stress this enough. It will equal a 1080 Ti's performance on the games you're playing that support Crossfire. This is crazy news, man. Also the other card, RX 580. This here can also do the same thing as the Sapphire Nitro. Look how big it is right here. It has three fans, triple fans to run this card. It has a beefy cooler to run this system, and it will also overclock to 1450 megahertz, no problem at all. It can probably even do better, probably even better than the Sapphire Nitro. It can probably overclock much more. But I've seen J2Sense using a Sapphire Nitro Plus and overclock it to 1500 megahertz stable. But you need to have the power supply applicable to do that, especially on Crossfire, because it won't be able to run the games that you're playing stable enough. Not only that, but it also won't be able to run it when you're benchmarking it. So, again, the point is, can two RX 580s high-tier cards, there's a difference between mid, low, and high-tier between the RX 580s, same thing with the other cards. Can two high-tier RX 580s equal a 1080 Ti? Yes, it can. It can. In fact, a lot of you guys say that, oh no, the GTX 1080 is slightly better than the Vega 64. True for the most part, but you have to compare the Sapphire Nitro, the Sapphire Nitro Plus. I am for sure that the Sapphire Nitro Plus will be comparing to an average 1080. the Vega 64 Sapphire Nitro Plus. It's around 7% more performance than the average Vega 64. That's what it was mentioned about it. There was a rumor about it, and I think that rumor is true, and it is true. Imagine Crossfire with that shit. You're gonna get more performance than having probably, yeah, you're gonna have more performance than just putting two Vega 64s on Crossfire, lower tier ones. You gotta make sure that those Vega 64s are gonna have triple fans. The Asus Strix cards are really, really good cards. This is why people buying high-end cards. And there's a difference. This is a Sapphire Nitro Plus. You see those huge heat pipes? This is why the card can cool so well. And this card can cool just as well because it's huge. Look at it. It's huge. It's triple fans. It's bigger, which means it's supposed to be better because it can cool better. And it's an 8-pin power connector. There's nothing more you can go wrong with this. Either or of these cards, either of them fine for Crossfire. Personally, I would buy two of these to just make it look better, because buying this and that, it wouldn't be looking too good in the system, you know, and you want to make your system look as good, as nice as possible. So those are the differences between having a lower tier graphics card between the series and the higher tier. Like if you have a GTX 1080 series graphics card, and you buy one with a blower fan, you try to make a SLI with two blower fan 1080 Ti's, you're going to get actually less performance than having two 1080 Ti's like Asus Strix or something like that. Or, I mean GTX 1080s that are Asus Strix or something like that. I guarantee you those cards will blast out the 1080 Ti for you know, it'll just beat up a 1080 Ti. So, yes, it does equal a 1080 Ti if you get the better versions though. If you get the crappy ones, nah, it's gonna be on par with a Vega 64 or a GTX 1080. Yeah, if you get the Sapphire Pulse, if you're running a single card, it wouldn't matter too much on the performance, but if you're making a Crossfire, it will, definitely will. So the Sapphire Pulse RX 580, right? And this is putting out the cards. Yeah, this is a Sapphire Pulse. It should be on par. I mean, it should, but it's just, it heats up a bit more. This is the Nitro. Now, I'm not sure if it is actually on par. I gotta check it out again. I never actually tried to overclock it. I mean, I don't run through these cards. But, I mean, for to be able to overclock, you need to have, like, look at the design of this card. This is the Nitro. Is it the Nitro? Ooh, it doesn't look like the Nitro. Let's keep looking. It's supposed to be a... are you kidding me? Look at... This is the cooling of the Sapphire cards. Like, look at the design. This is what the Nitro should be looking at. Look at the cooling here, and let's look at it here. I mean, the pipes look a lot different. It could have a better effect on cooling. I don't know for sure. But for sure, this is a lower tier card, and it does overheat more. But the Sapphire Nitro does not. I don't know for sure exactly. I think it's because of the cooling solution that it was made. Maybe it's the design, but it's something. And on top of that is LED lighting, and the Sapphire Pulse doesn't. I mean, I'm not 100% sure. Maybe it's the same shit, just less overclockability. But you could see over here, they're comparing the Sapphire Nitro and the Sapphire Pulse, that it doesn't have this huge heatsink pipe over here that's cooling the card compared to this one. And that is the main reason why this card will cool better than this card. And it will overclock better. That is why this is also a lower tier card. Hopefully this makes sense. I hope you guys comment below the section below. Like, subscribe. Tell me what you liked about the video. Tell me if you didn't like anything about, anything about the video. Tell me what I can do better. I mean, later on I could try to fix things as my videos go. But yes, this is what I think that is very interesting. I mean, You just have to do your research, man. Um, I basically saved up a lot of money for the performance because most of the games I play, except Final Fantasy 15, I have other games on other storage areas that I finished playing that I just didn't really. I just put my games that I love the most to play. I mean, I play these games with friends. Near Automata and Devil May Cry, one of my most favorite games. So is Shadow of War. You can see there's no really EA games. I'll put the EA games on a different hard disk. Put it on a different hard disk because the EA games, they are so-so. But my favorite games, I put them here. Sometimes, if I feel like I want to play a EA game, I put my hard disk and I just go inside the hard disk and I play it. But yeah. Now, yeah, this was an interesting thing. I just needed to show you guys this video. I find it very interesting, and I'm going to benchmark a bit more and tell you guys more about my my stats and information about my graphics cards. But yeah. Alright, tell me underneath the system also what kind of graphics cards you guys are running and why. And if you guys want any advice, because I'm pretty much good at these things. I know what it's needed, I know what can do what and what you should do. I mean, if you want to ask me about Crossfire, SLI, all those things, you can tell me underneath the comment section and I can try to help you with those things. But I'm very surprised that the performance is actually pretty much on par with a 1080 Ti. Oh, you lose around 2 to 5. Alright, so he was, yeah, he was, I forgot about that. So when he was recording, he lost some performance. So mainly it should be 86 divided by 90. So yeah, look at that. It's like 4% difference. Big whoop. So you get really good performance. I'm really surprised. I honestly thought I thought you could get more performance, but I didn't think it'll be that much more performance. But yes, it does stack really well, especially if you have a really good motherboard that supports it. If you have a crappy motherboard, it wouldn't work well on Crossfire or SLI. And if you have really good high-tier graphics cards from the, depending on what version you buy, I mean, if you go for a 1080 Ti, right, graphics card, and you get like a double fan SLI, you know, each graphics card has 2 fans, and it's gonna overheat the shit out of those cards, man. And you're trying to overclock those cards, holy shit, man, that's gonna be a mindfest because those things are gonna run at like 85 degrees, right? It's gonna throttle, and because it throttles, it's gonna have even less performance. But yeah, peace, guys. Have a nice day.